And welcome here to Key West, Florida for the World Championship finale presented by Performance Boat Center. Todd Swafford along with Eric Colby of Speed on the Water from the Race World Offshore live stream at Facebook and on our YouTube channel as well. Welcome us to RTH.TV and Victory Plus across iOS and Google Play platforms, of course, right here in the Florida Keys on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio from the Porte Performance Broadcast Center. Porte Performance has built the most advanced cockpit-controlled hydraulic transom lift bracket system in the world. At Porte Performance, we build performance into everything. Kevin Smith also joins us again for these first two races. We're going to have bracketed boats that will come out for start number one. And about 45 minutes into this, once they finish, we'll have a second start this morning. So first bracket class 5 and 6 will start. They'll race 8 laps. And then bracket class 7 and the UIM class 3X and 3C, they'll race 4 laps. Again, about 10:45 roughly, we'll have the second start of the morning with the Mod Vs getting out there. What a spirited race we had on Friday, 10 laps. Class 2 and 4 will follow with 6 laps. It's a big field all day long. After an intermission for local boat traffic at 12:30, we will resume. Sean Torrente of Sean Torrente Racing and S2 Powerboats will join us. And the 450R boats will run 10 laps. They'll be running along with the Extreme Boat and the Super Vs at 12:30. Then at 1:15, Supercats will run at about 1:15, 10 laps. Bill Shipley will join us from Team Woody. At 2:15, Pro Class 1 with 10 laps. And then we'll wrap the day up with Superstock Class Representative Ryan Beckley as the Superstock teams will race here today to wrap things up about 3:15. That's a long day of racing. They will also run 10 laps on this 4.48-mile course. The boats are already up behind the pace boat. Kevin, Eric, we're getting right to racing. They said they were going to move things along very quickly here. Good to have you both.
Yeah, good to be here. I think we should. You want to pass on the lineup for now and just call them as we see them?
Yeah, these are the bracketed class 5 and 6 boats, 8 laps getting out there.
The 600 boats are closer to the pace boat. The 500 class boats are on the inside of the course. And we're still yellow. We're waiting for them to get lined up. But looks similar to Friday morning so far. Boats are going to have to run longer today, so let's see, make sure did they add enough fuel on number one? And just a little different approach.
So our yellow flag is still up, waiting for our official race starter to give them the green, and we'll have racing underway here on the final day.
Green is up.
Yep, the race is on, so bracket class 500, they've got, and 600 out there racing, so you can see Panteras, you can see all kinds of different activators, holes out there.
Looks like the 26 Scarab Rum Runners with Fran Velatato and Tom Crowley out to the early lead. Glad to see that Tunnel Vision got into this race with the 28 Pantera out of Maryland. And they have a new, almost like Jersey skiff roll cage on that boat.
I was asking Mike about that, seeing some of the action going on in Class 5, a little extra protection in case somebody might happen to run.
Yeah, especially if they come in from behind with the bow kind of thing. They don't see it coming.
No.
So
they had a little unfortunate incident with a starter. They kept them out of the competition on Friday, but, man, they're looking strong. Good, tight group up there.
It looks like TFR, X Insurance, Golf and Gator is the lead boat, but that's a really good, tight pack up there. I believe it's Rum Runners inside and then Tunnel Vision just to the outside of them.
Yeah, they're the biggest class of our bracketed boats. We'll look back now at the second start. Impressive, the class
UIM,
the UIM class canopy
3C.
boat, the 3C.
Michael Stancombe, Cameron Turk.
Yep.
And then
good look at that class and how they're building it, but racing with the Class 700 boats, which are so much fun to watch. Another big class of boats with the non-canopy boats, mostly 21, 22-foot V-bottoms with 300 engines on the back of them. They'll give us a show today. The winds today, guys, are pretty much out of the east. Around Fort Zachary, they're hovering around 10, but that's in the lee of the island. If you poke your nose out out into the ocean, the wind's blowing upwards of 18 to 20 miles an hour today. And between 1 and 2, they are running right into the teeth of those waves. There'll be no protection until you get to turn 2 around Fort Zachary Taylor's, and Rum Runners has the early lead.
We've got a caution in turn 1, and this looks actually like might be tunnel vision in the early lead, but I'm not seeing X Insurance Golf and Gator TFR come through, the bigger, the Class 5 boat.
I'm taking a look off screen, and it looks like that is the green boat, Class 5 X Insurance boat down on turn 1.
Yeah, this looks like tunnel vision with Robert Bryant driving and Michael McColgan, who owns the boat, on the throttles. And when this boat's running, it's fast. They just need to get a little more consistency. But and as they come by, you'll get a look at that roll cage that they put in behind them, and that goes all the way down to the stringers. So here's tunnel vision. Rum Runners isn't going anywhere, and this would that would give Rum Runners the advantage in the championship, because they finished second on Friday. And here's Yabba Dabba Doo with Steven Adams and J.D. Ivins. Moderation leads Class 600, right, with Velocity, Bob Spitulski, former Seattle Seahawk, and Scott McCormick, the president of Velocity, on the throttles.
Powerhouse Marine, that's local Nelson Sawyer with Damon Murata Sr. There goes Ryan Beckley with Greg Dorenzo and Sweat Equity, as well as American Hustle.
And there's Yabba Dabba Doo on camera. Now
watching the boats as they turn out at Fort Zachary Taylor. So there are 2 buoys out there, and you'll notice that they're yellow. We had a lot of carnage with buoys on Friday, lost several of them. So 2 buoys out by Fort Zachary, unusual, but race officials told the teams that there will be yellow buoys there.
And this is Clyde Petty's 28 Pantera running in bracket 600. We weren't able to get a driver for him, but he's a Sarasota-based team, been running a long time.
I'll tell you what, guys, it looks a little choppier out there than it did Friday. Just looking at those Class 7 boats coming down there, seeing a lot of white water breaking off the top.
To the X Insurance Helicam, Powerhouse Racing out of Key West.
And here's our leader in bracket 700. This is Owen Buis and Ricky Harmeyer in X Insurance. Statement Marine. Dirt Legal looked like they finished second on Friday, but they actually broke out. So that's going to have and Connor Langheim and Jackhammer back to Class 600 now. American Muscle is on the camera. This is a 25 Warlock. Here's a 22 Velocity, the Safe Cash, or Hartman X Insurance, followed by Proven Marine in 700.
So looking at the winds, I mean, once you get out into the open ocean, out of the lee of the island, they're starting to turn to the east-southeast. So a little bit of a lean to the southeast, which means, Kevin, that you're not running exactly straight into it. Hard hit there for
scratch and sniff. This is the Class 3X boat running solo.
But they'll be getting that. They'll be getting that into the starboard bow a little bit more on the side.
They will running out. They're going to be. Everybody said they were quartering it pretty good going out to turn 1, and then you're pretty much taking it on the chin when you go from 1 to 2, and you can see then you're just taking it broadside on the starboard coming down. So you're taking it from all directions, and you got to be on your trim game, and your driver's got to be steering up and down. We call it four-wheeling sometimes because sometimes they're so big in these smaller boats you got to drive up and over, and there's probably some 5 or 6 footers out there, I'd guess.
Into the harbor, watching our leader in Class 700 come through. That's, of course, Owen Buis, and is that his brother-in-law? Is that correct?
Yep, Ricky Harmeyer is Owen's brother-in-law.
Yep.
And they've had a really good season. They won the national title.
That's correct.
And this is Chris Colson and Ray Evans in Shocker, and because of breakouts, I'm pretty sure they podiumed on Friday.
They took a third, yep.
Yeah. So, but the family together here running the boat smart. Owen's gotten real good at this bracket racing as far as not breaking out. Now back at the front of the bracket 500 race.
Yep, big battle between Tunnel Vision and Rum Runners. Yep. as they come back into the harbor, get that settled down again. Again, looking at our UIM
Class
3C.
or
They're 3C.
C, yep.
3C. Canopied 300 horsepower.
Michael
The X
Stanton
Insurance
getting a look at the
Helicam.
conditions for 450 race.
Tunnel vision.
Yep. And this is the advantage of
runners.
2 feet longer Pantera against a 2 feet shorter Scarab. You know, Fran knows he's got an uphill battle in a shorter boat, but he wants the competition.
Inside of a 2-second lead there for our leaders that come by in front of us here at the broadcast center. And unofficially turned that lap at right at about 61 miles an hour, and you could never 100% know exactly the distance they went, how wide they might have gone on the turns, but that tells me they're not breaking out more than likely, Kevin.
Agreed. I mean, that's some big water out there. I think you just want to try to get through that the best that you can safely, and then you want to try to make a good run and run your bracket number coming through the straightaway, coming through the harbor here. But yeah, I think you're going to see some slower than average speeds because of how choppy it is on the outside.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Get it right there.
This is it, baby.
Yeah. Whoa. Easy, baby.
Settle that thing down.
Gives you a pretty good perspective of how big it is.
And that 747, that is an activator, and they are built in Long Island. And they are known to be good rough water boats. But
great coverage from the X Insurance Helicam.
Great
Thanks to
run.
Rick Lindsay and Parker Lindsay for these shots as they come back into the harbor.
There you go, buddy.
the
Dirt Legal and X Insurance, Statement Marine.
I guess we'll call that youthful exuberance from a 16-year-old throttleman.
I think a lot of us have been there before.
Powerhouse Racing, the local team. I'm showing them in third in 500. But look at this. Now, Connor Langheim and Jackhammer is managing to keep his cowling on. I think it's his third one of the weekend. And those aren't cheap.
No.
So
There,
they're
but looking
they're
good.
adding into the mix, but weekend championship wise right now, this is perfect for 747 because Dirt Legal broke out and Jackhammer had some mechanical issues the other day. So
That's right.
Owen will play it smart here.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, if I come home third, I'm still the champion. So
That's it. That's what you got to do here in Key West. Guys are looking good. Got everybody settled down, coming in towards the harbor here, where you can run a little bit faster. But
Yeah. And
you can see how big it is out there.
and you could settle down and gather your wits after just
Getting your
taking
brain
some
rattled.
air. Yep.
Right.
The whole 9 yards. Can you imagine how many G's those
what a
teams are
race
going
here.
through? Yeah. Dirt Legal now with the lead.
Yep.
Jackhammer in second.
Jackhammer's also an activator, 22.
And the Statement Marine X Insurance team to third. Here comes the 759 Statement X Insurance that's in fourth.
Yep, that's the velocity.
Back on top with our Class 3X.
I don't know
3C.
what happened to Shocker, because that's proven. Shocker had been up in the mix, but I
This
think
might
they're
be
coming this
just
way
him?
now.
Yeah.
I think we need more classes to cover in these morning races.
Just a way to wake up.
Yeah. Here comes 714 Shocker.
Takes us a couple laps too, guys. And here's Swap It Fast.
Hey, we appreciate you joining us here on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio. If you're out on the Spectator fleet or here at the Mole listening, as well as out there globally, thanks for joining us at Race World Offshore's Facebook page and our YouTube channel, as well as RTH.TV and Victory Plus across iOS and Google Play platforms. Back to the X Insurance Helicam there for a moment. Got a good shot at their two lead boats in Class 700. Now back into the harbor, the Class 700.
Tunnel Vision still leading the way in 500 with Rum Runners chasing.
Got them. That's off camera. We just had Rum Runners. They're coming by in second. They fell back about 2 seconds behind Tunnel Vision. Tunnel Vision turned that lap a little faster, a couple mile per hour above the 61 miles that they averaged on the first lap. So.
And they're not in any danger of breaking out of their 75 mile an hour bracket number for the class.
So,
but just taking a look here at Statement X Insurance.
There's your X Insurance shot from the X Insurance Helicam.
Imagine how that happened. Now, we should note, even though they're running first, Moderation is not eligible for a world title.
That's correct.
Because they did not compete in any Race World Offshore races coming into the event. So they won the Southernmost Championship on Friday, but this is more bragging rights.
Well, they know what they're doing. Those guys definitely can run a boat. Johnny Saris, Mike Lang, they've been in that boat a lot together. They've won a couple world championships with it, and they are always hanging it out there.
But Owen and Ricky are in a perfect spot for the overall picture, the big picture. Let the other two guys battle it out.
Shot. Yep.
And here's Scott McCormick, president of Velocity Throttling, and Bob Spatulski driving. Yabba dabba doo.
Looks like Jackhammer's taking over first.
Yep, Jackhammer moved up to first.
Woo, baby. Turn one.
Turn. So,
whoa.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Yep.
It hurts to watch.
It's the throttle man's enemy. He's always landing on your side.
There's Sweat Equity. They're running in fourth in Class 500 and back into the harbor. Greg Dorenzo and Ryan Beckley.
So Powerhouse would be fifth.
Yep.
They just came by us off camera. We're following Sweat Equity into the harbor.
Yep. They'll head back out on the course between 1 and 2. This is the roughest part of the course, give you an idea of the waves out there. And as you can see, they're running the waves kind of hitting them on the bow from the east-southeast.
Got to watch.
But not straight into it. There's your leader overall.
That's Jackhammer in Class 7.
Yep. They moved up to first.
American Hustle still having a good showing in Class 600. That would have them third, I believe.
Yep. Correct.
But it's interesting because some of these 700 boats have tabs and trim tabs and some don't.
Yeah.
So you'd want them out there.
Absolutely. And
just to level the boat, settle the ride down.
Yeah,
make the hull longer.
And the wave direction, just like you guys saw there, that's catching you at different angles all the time, and you need to be able to get the attitude straight.
Our leaders in 700 coming through on lap number 3 of 6.
Yeah,
and
they are running.
Jackhammer. Jackhammer has the lead. Connor Langheim, the Langheim family, and Mike Hack in that 87 21-foot activator.
Yeah, I don't think that boat has tabs.
Nope. And let's see if the Dirt Legal boat does. Yeah, because they've got tabs on the Velocity.
Yeah.
That's a brand new boat.
You can watch that X Insurance Class 7 boat, and you'll see that nose keep dipping over. Like that's him putting the tabs down, to try to keep that nose down, keep that boat in the water as much as possible.
Now,
so you can keep on going fast.
Was the Statement X Insurance ahead of Bad Decisions when they came by?
Yes.
Okay.
No. The Bad Decisions boat was just
still third.
Just a nose ahead. Yeah.
So X Insurance, Statement X Insurance was still fourth.
That's correct.
That's another Velocity, and here comes Tunnel Vision turning it up.
Yeah.
But look at this.
Tunnel Vision with the lead in Class 500.
But look at this X Insurance battle from the helicopter.
Statement Marine team as well, side by side in Key West Harbor. Class 700 racing at its best. 3 buoys on the turn deep in the harbor.
Good turn. Come on. Good turn, boys.
Yep.
Good, clean turn.
Velocity on the inside, activator on the outside. There's JJ and Nick.
After a national championship season, good run on Friday, yep. But today, not their day. And unfortunately, in their Mod V boat, they had issues here on Friday.
Well, that's the thing with 2 boats. You get another chance with the second one.
You do.
And have a better day.
Here comes Shocker, 7-1-4. Ray Evans, Chris Colson in that 21 Super Boat.
Yep.
Now back to our Statement Marine team.
Now, I'm not sure, I can't recall where Statement X Insurance finished on Friday as far as what this might do to the overall situation. We'll have to get
Bad Decisions finished first, Statement X Insurance second.
okay, so that will have implications.
It will. They're going to want to stay in. Whoever stays in front has the edge in winning the World Championship.
And here's Scratch and Sniff, and got to give these guys credit. They go to every race.
Yes, they do.
They show up. They're usually running alone, and that 21-foot Hustler has made the rounds. Good for them. And here's Yabba Dabba Doo on camera. Steven Adams, J.D. Ivins. And that is a Spirit, I think. There was I think there was a handful of them made, J.D. was telling me.
Back to the overall leader here today, Tunnel Vision. Back into the harbor. They're not running on full sound like they were on Friday. They're still running strong, but here comes Sweat Equity.
Okay. So Sweat Equity we still have in third then.
Key West fans, an old Lee Murray boat. There's Team Velocity continuing to run in second.
Well, that's what I was just wondering, because I don't think I saw Moderation come by.
They did.
I think, oh, they did?
They did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed
That's
that
okay.
one.
It's easy to do. Powerhouse Racing. Key West owned Nelson Sawyer with David Murata Sr. in that Pantera.
Now
back out.
Jackhammer's down, right? And the
Yep.
mix, I hope everyone sees them.
They did, and quite a few other
We've
700.
got a caution in turn 3 in the harbor.
And here-
Flag is out. You can see it on the pace boat off camera. There's Scratch and Sniff headed out of the harbor.
Yeah, we're getting updates from race control.
Also a caution in turn 1 now. And this is Tunnel Vision, the 28 Pantera, taking advantage of its size, and just the brand has such a good rough water reputation. And here's the California-built Warlock, American Hustle, 25-footer. This is our first time seeing these guys, so I don't know that they're eligible for the World Championship, but they're having a good run.
They came around. I mean, they're third overall, but as you mentioned, Moderation won't. They can win today's individual cup for the Truman Waterfront Cup, I believe, and but not for the World Championship points. And here comes your overall leader, Tunnel Vision again.
I've got this the end of lap 5. Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Continue holding there at about a 4-minute 12-second lap overhead now. Was looking briefly there from the X Insurance Telecam. The Rum Runners team running in second.
And Dirt Legal and X Insurance Statement are now battling for the lead in bracket 7 with Jackhammer falling out.
It's a good race there in Class 7. These boys are tight.
Yeah.
Still hanging it out going
Just
on.
got to see if anyone broke out.
Always a factor. Always a factor.
But Tunnel Vision, I think Michael built the motor, but MDG, Jason Gavados, has been helping them out quite a bit.
Yep, they do a lot of
Maryland.
stuff together. They've raced that MDG boat together.
Turn 3 is now clear of any yellow flags, so thank you to the safety crew for getting things, whatever it was, out of the way so the guys can race safely.
Couldn't tell in the harbor what the caution was for. I think turn 1 was Jackhammer, being down in the middle of the course like we saw.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on the live stream, brought to you by Maximum Inflation, prioritizing safety, where they have proudly supported missions from shuttle launches to recreational boating. The commitment to quality ensures that every life jacket produced is equipped to save lives. Maximum Inflation. From the X Insurance Telecam, Tunnel Vision, your overall leader, turned their last lap just under 63 miles an hour unofficially. Bullet PM, Class 700 team.
That's another. I think that's another super boat, but it looks like they're running an XS.
Are they?
And everyone else has got the new 300R.
Yes. Yeah, the two-stroke. Yep, that's what it was. Back looking out on the course, Rick Lindsley following action out there. Tunnel Vision, your overall leader, back to their shot.
And this is another team where years ago this would have been a stand-up boat, but now it's a sit-down.
Yeah,
a lot of the guys have switched over to a sit-down setup.
Yeah, he's got
same with moderation.
Massive shock seats in that Pantera and Tunnel Vision.
Moderation is a 26-foot modern marine that they found on Long Island. It was set up as an A-class boat, and they never raced it. So the Saris has brought it back and worked their magic. Looks like Yabba Dabba Doo is down, just passed in front of us. Here's Shocker coming by the start-finish. Another 300 XS, the two-stroke. They're out of New Jersey, I believe.
Those guys always have a good time everywhere they go. They've got used to run Mod V, Stock V, and I think he's got a Class 5 boat, Class 7.
Yabba Dabba Doo down.
Yep.
So they have a good time wherever they go.
Stevens' lucky Mohawk wasn't helping him there.
Good guys there.
It's tragic.
Tunnel Vision just needs to keep it together to finish the weekend the way they want.
A great shot of turn two buoys. Looks like they might have got the. That was turn two, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was they didn't look yellow, but could have missed it.
I met Bob Spitulski in the pits yesterday.
Yeah, big guy.
Looks like he could still suit up. He mostly played his career for the Seahawks, but also did some with the Rams.
All right, here comes Tunnel Vision, your overall leader. So this is with lap 6, right?
Yep, 2 to go.
2 to go after this.
That's when you like being in that big V-bottom.
You got it. That Pantera's eating up that big water today.
A little bit longer round on this lap, about 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
And Robert Bryant, the driver last year, Hall of Champion with Cameron Turk in the 700 class for TFR, Golf and Gator Family Racing.
Rum Runners sitting back a little bit now.
Yep, Rum Runners is playing it smart.
This is their championship to lose at this point. They got to stay right there, and they'll probably bring it home.
And if you've seen Fran Vellatato, he could give Spitulski a run for his money. He's a big guy, too.
He's a big guy. He's a good guy.
Nicest guy. I mean, he was helping people in, I think it was Ocean City, but like someone was having problems with the AC on their hauler. They were getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
He's right in there, wrenching away at it. Up, Rolling Dirty was out, too. Looks like they were getting but here we're back with Tunnel Vision.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things about the offshore family. Everybody pitches in and helps, whether it's something with the RV or something with your trailer, or your boat, or anything. It's one of the highlights, I think.
Yeah, they got Jackhammer back up and running, but now it looks like 747 has pulled to the lead in bracket 7, followed by Dirt Legal and Statement X Insurance. So the savvy 16-year-old, this should be their last lap.
Nice move.
Yeah.
By the reigning National High Point champion.
That's kind of like what Johnny Saris did to the Velocity boat on Friday. Last turn, last lap.
Got right by him.
Checkered flag.
They're having a good ride in that new X Insurance.
Yeah, and that's given
Kitty Cat.
That's given Michael a ton of feedback for when he goes out in the extreme boat. And this is Tunnel Vision heading out to turn 1. Oh, and they're back with the helicopter shot. Is this Jackhammer?
Shocker.
Oh, Shocker. Yep.
Still big out there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You got to wonder what everybody's doing sitting back for the next race. They're watching this and probably looking, thinking, second-guessing their setup, making sure if there any last-minute changes they got to do.
Yeah, did JJ and Nick call in a weight change or anything for the Mod V boat?
You
think?
I don't. It's hard to say,
Move
man.
some stuff around. Well, they have ballast that they can pick up and take out and
but
release too.
You're always
Yeah.
thinking, "Dude, I put 25 here, add another 50." I mean, you wear your brain out until the last minute, until it's time to head out. But yeah, I think I don't know. I got a feeling everybody that's pretty much picked their setups. Still big water. Look at this.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Kevin Smith joins us with Eric Colby from Speed on the Water. The Velocity boat zooms through on your screen from the X Insurance Helicam. Again, we're looking at east-southeast winds, 18 offshore. At Fort Zachary in the lee, they're down right at about 10 miles an hour. But you get your nose out in that ocean water, and it's hopping.
But this is good to see. This is a Velocity factory team boat, innovation power. It's good to see Scott getting back involved in the sport and getting the company back involved.
Been doing it for what, 40 plus years?
Yeah.
Sorelli Holmes. So just to give you an idea where the Class 500 teams are, Rum Runners are sitting back because they have a 24-point lead overall on tunnel vision.
Yep.
And the difference between first and second here is 21 points. So all they have to do, tunnel vision, they got to stay out front, but they got to hope that Rum Runners has a hiccup out there because second place should give them the World Championship unofficially, of course, without any type of breakouts.
And this
today.
is pretty cool because you can actually see the seats giving as the boat's coming in.
Yeah, tunnel vision continues to turn laps at 4 minutes 23 seconds. And Rum Runners continues to stay back about 11 seconds off the pace. But 1 lap to go for this Class 500 race here today.
I didn't see moderation.
I was going to say, did I miss moderation again?
Yeah.
Or is moderation that far out front that?
I don't see him.
Because I haven't marked them.
I don't think they came by.
Of course, moderation is
600. Was leading 600.
Yeah, they had a pretty good stretch, but that Velocity just came by.
Yeah.
Running strong, but they may be in the lead now.
Conch Republic Championship race here today on Sunday to wrap up the World Championships. There goes American Hustle.
That would put them in the second if moderation is having a problem somewhere that we can't see. But right now, this boat is not having a problem.
Boy, it's been a nice ride for them.
The 28
today.
Pantera.
Back to the X Insurance Helicam for just a...
Oh, and here's moderation just coming by start finish now, and they do sound a little ill.
Yeah, they're running a little slower.
They're just trying to keep it together. And that'll come down to, same number of points and probably lap time. Yeah. Oh, but moderation's not eligible for the overall, so this definitely would put Velocity Powerboats as your world champion.
Yep.
Heading southbound, really southwestbound out to turn number 1. So this is a 4.48 mile course. Tunnel vision, your overall leader here today. Now back overhead.
And here's X Insurance. Jackhammer's pulling alongside in Class 7, but Jackhammer was out for a little bit, so X Insurance Statement should still be leading. That should be the win, actually.
That should be the last lap.
Yeah, Statement's just had the hand up like, hey, we're done.
I don't see Dirt Legal.
There comes the Statement Marine 759 off camera to finish in second. And that's right where there's Jackhammer.
Maybe they got one more.
Well, yeah, that should be 6. So Jackhammer came through. They were off a lap, I suppose. Is that correct?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they broke down.
Yeah, let's see if I'm just going to look off camera to see if 747 has pulled in.
UIM Class 3 C11 TFRX Insurance drew
Yep.
They just
today
pulled
with a
up.
finish today.
Yeah, Class C just pulled in, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
they pulled in. I
Yeah.
think that was the last.
yeah,
boats, yeah,
they're
the-
down in the
Yeah, they're six
off
li-
plane down in the turn.
6 laps through, and
Yep.
our Class 500 boats are out on their last lap. Jackhammer going back out, as you can see just briefly there, for the final.
Yeah, they
lap
were they were down at least a lap.
They were down a lap. Dirt
comes
legal.
dirt legal.
Yep. Must have had some issue. We're looking at our overall leader here today, back to Class 500 for their final turn. The 2-pin turn in front of Fort Zachary Taylor. What a nice ride for Tunnel Vision here
Yep,
today.
Mike McColgan, Robert Bryant.
Tunnel Vision, the 1994 Pantera. They had it hooked up today, and they've given our Mod V racers who are coming up next some idea what they can expect out there.
And this is another team. I mean, they've been at every race. They've had some problems. They've had some teething issues, I guess you'd call it, getting a new boat ready and dialed in. But
They've got time together. They actually ran Mod V.
Yeah.
Robert used to own the Rage boat.
Running
And,
back in third, Zarelli Holmes, but right up behind
There
them,
you go,
your
buddy.
winner today, Tunnel Vision, will come into your camera frame here in a moment. There
Good
they
job,
are.
Michael.
Way to go.
Good job, guys.
They had
well
it.
deserved.
They had it going on and finishing second, and unofficially,
Your world
yep,
champions.
world champion today. Of course, all of these results, especially bracketed boats, are unofficial. Bracketed boats must maintain a speed that is set for their class. Well, we don't think they're going to have much trouble. Maybe in the harbor, you'd have to have a little bit of craziness to break out of the bracketed speed, but can't imagine that happen. But they still have to be teched out. But congratulations to Team Rum Runners. Their second place finish, along with another second place finish here today, Thomas Crowley and Francis Vellatado with the win here today in their 26-foot Phantom. Is that Phantom or Larry Smith?
That's a Larry Smith
Smith.
That's a
Scarab.
Larry Smith Scarab. Yep.
So I'll always have a soft spot for that one because
Yeah,
I
okay.
raced with Nigel,
That is cool.
Yeah.
the
so
Team Archer boat.
They also had some great local sponsors that helped them out. Key West Legal Rum Distillery on Duval, Southernmost Point Bar, Duval, and Stevens Auto Transport, Curtis Bay, Maryland. There goes Team Velocity. Nice race for that Class 600 boat here
That
today.
should be the win for them as well, right?
think so.
Yep. And American Hustle,
Coming up next.
steady and smooth, coming in second place, and we'll have to see that moderation makes it around.
Two bad decisions, one statement third.
They run it.
So Joey Cook just giving me the point breakdown in Class 700. Should Jackhammer come around and finish as expected, they would take seconds overall. Statement, the other Statement Marine team would take third. That's all unofficial, of course. So the winner in both days of racing was 747 Bad Decisions X Insurance with the Statement Marine team there.
Yep.
Owen Buis and Ricky Harmeyer on board.
So then second was Statement X Insurance, and third would be Jackhammer, you said? Unofficially.
Yeah, unofficially, Jackhammer's still out on the course, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, I mean,
Finishing up that extra that lap they might have missed.
but there were some breakouts on Friday that did move them up. I mean, they were running around the end of the day with no cowling on Friday, if you remember.
They were. Jackhammer, they were a sixth for Friday, Jackhammer.
So I believe, I believe the Bad Decisions boat would place better because they finished up in,
Looks like they said they were first on Friday.
not the Bad Decisions, the other Statement Marine Class 700 boat. Yeah, Statement 759 finished second, and today they finished third, right?
Yep.
Yep, correct.
And here
So-
comes moderation.
Yeah, points-wise, that should have 759 in second.
Yep.
And here comes
Well, I don't know where Dirt Legal wound up.
They were third. They were a little further back, but looks like they were fourth on Friday. That might give them a podium.
Yeah, so we got a lot of points to sort out here.
And like you said, make sure no breakouts.
Yeah, that's going to be critical for sure. Coming up in our next start, the Mod Vs. This one's going to be an exciting one, and the remainder of our bracketed class boats, 200s and 400s, will race. But the first start with the 9 Mod Vs was a spirited race, and we had a little bit of a change in the points because of some penalties that happened, Eric.
Yeah.
El Bandito getting a 30-second penalty moved them down to second. NMBRV Resort took first overall after finishing a close second, and Speed Marine third, Boat Floater fourth. That's the top 4 breakdown, but also in there was Fast Boys and RNS Racing. It's really anybody's race because it's 200 points today as opposed to the 100 points that was given out yesterday. There's Sweat Equity, Zarelli Holmes, Greg Dorenzo, and Ryan Beckley. They'll finish up in third, I believe, correct? Yes?
Yep.
Third overall in Class 500. Rum Runners with an extra lap through, but there's your unofficial world champions in Class 500 after consecutive second place finishes. Again, points changing that moved El Bandito, Yankee Tequila, Steve Miklos, Steve Furman from first to second. It was a spirited race. I got a feeling it's going to be even crazier. These boats, they're going to be at a mad dash to get to turn 1 and around that corner first.
It is, and it's going to be the finishing order of the first race from lane 1 to lane 9. So you're going to have
Speed
NMB.
Marine will be. Oh no, NMB will be
NMB
lane
will be
1.
in lane 1. Then you got El Bandito in second, Speed Marine in third, and then
Safe Cash,
Safe
X
Cash,
Insurance, the
yeah.
32 Phantom in fourth.
Then I'm sorry, Boat Floater I guess would be fourth.
Oh, Boat Floater. Okay.
Yeah, Boat Floater. But the penalty, if you could sort that out, Eric, for us, that went down in Mod V. What was the final decision? It was a 30-second penalty.
Yeah.
A lane infraction, or
It was
At first, there was an overtake that was a minute, and then they reduced it down to 30 seconds.
race course right-of-way infraction.
Yep.
Is the APBA, what they call that.
that thing went on all day yesterday and into the late hours of the evening as we look at the Velocity team. Great to see them back in powerboat racing into the World Championships, as always, and the American Hustle team. Thank you for coming to Key West to race for the World Championships.
Yeah, they're from up in the Northeast.
So the 2 boats, there were 2 boats involved in a coming together in Key West Harbor, I think after lap number 2, El Bandito, Yankee Tequila, and Speed Marine. The damage to the boat El Bandito was right on the starboard chine at the back,
At
near
the transom,
at the tab, and they got into Speed Marine right behind the cockpit, probably certainly above the waterline, near the engine hatch. Race officials looked at it from a variety of angles. I don't think they had a super great angle to look at, and they went back and forth. And initially, it was a 1-lap penalty that Steve Miklos protested, and eventually it came down to a 30-second penalty. So Miklos went from almost dead last with the first penalty back up to near the top in second. And ultimately, the way the top 3 boats finished, they were 1, 2, 3, but Miklos went from first to second. In the end, because you have double points today, it's going to be who finishes in front.
Yeah, it's anybody's ball
We get a
game.
look at the checkered flag. Owen Buis, Ricky Harmeyer in front of the fans here in Key West in their X-Insurance Statement Marine
You got to
team.
trim
The bad
that there.
decisions. There
Good
they
job.
are from the X-Insurance Helicam. as is in many of the cases in the classes here today, because you didn't have Wednesday's race to factor in an additional 100 points. The winning today has even greater effect. It has much greater effect because you don't have that extra 100 points to deal with. And today, if you finish in front of the guy in front of you, you're likely beating them for sure.
I just got word from J.W. Powell that there are many boats down between 1 and 2, so it's going to take a while to clear them out before we can get the next race started.
Yeah.
But here's a nice look at the. Now they just need to put like a little holder on the roll cage for the checkered flag that they hope to get more of in the future.
That looks great
on tunnel vision. But really nice job today by that team.
And a good shot of the pits. So you can see our Class 200, 400, and Mod V boats milling, getting ready to go. As was mentioned, it looks like we might have a bit of a delay. They've got to get some boats off the course. This Mod V race is going to be a good one coming up next. And all day long, we got some great action up and down the classes. 1230, 450Rs come back out to race. Super Cats at 115. Pro Class 1 at 215. And Super Stock to wrap up today at 315. So we'll take a break here from the Porte Performance Broadcast Center. Porte Performance, they build performance into everything. The Race World Offshore live stream at our Facebook page and YouTube channel, also RTH TV and Victory Plus, is brought to you by Maximum Inflation. Maximum Inflation brand CO2 cartridges, gas for everything inflatable. So